Good morning, everyone. My name is Kim Wagnick, and I'd like to thank you for being here today. This presentation focuses on one of the most urgent challenges in early literacy instruction, helping students build strong foundational reading skills before gaps become long term barriers. Today, we will explore an action research model centered on explicit segmenting and blending instruction and how intentional data informed teaching practices can improve outcomes for struggling kindergarten readers. Research consistently reminds us that reading is not a naturally acquired skill in the same way spoken language is. Many students enter school with very different levels of literacy exposure and phonemic awareness. Without systematic, explicit instruction, these gaps widen quickly and can contribute to long term academic difficulties. This action research project asks an important question: which instructional approaches most effectively support struggling kindergarten students in developing foundational literacy skills? This project specifically examines how explicit phonemic awareness instruction impacts early decoding development in kindergarten students who are performing below benchmark. The goal is not simply to improve assessment scores, but to identify instructional practices that create sustainable growth. By narrowing our focus to targeted foundational skills, we can better understand which interventions help students build confidence, automaticity, and long term reading success. One important aspect of action research is that it is never completed in isolation. This project relies on collaboration between classroom teachers, interventionists, administrators, families, and specialists such as speech language pathologists. Each stakeholder contributes a unique perspective and support system. Together, this collaborative structure allows us to monitor student growth more effectively, reinforce learning across settings, and ensure that instructional decisions are grounded in both evidence and shared professional responsibility. This project follows a structured 14-week timeline. We begin with preparation and baseline assessments to identify student needs and create targeted instructional groups. The heart of the project is the 8-week intervention cycle, where students receive scaffolded segmenting and blending instruction. After implementation, post assessments are administered and the data is analyzed. Finally, findings are synthesized and shared with stakeholders to guide future instructional decisions and school wide literacy practices. To create reliable findings, this project uses multiple forms of data collection. Formal assessments such as DIBELS and core phonics provide measurable evidence of growth. Weekly quick screeners monitor mastery of specific phonics skills. In addition, teachers collect anecdotal observations about student confidence, frustration levels, and strategy use. By triangulating quantitative and qualitative data, we move beyond assumptions and create a clearer, more objective understanding of student progress. The weekly instructional cycle is intentionally designed to provide both consistency and responsiveness. Monday through Thursday focuses on explicit scaffolded instruction and segmenting and blending. On Fridays, students complete a quick screener aligned directly to the week's focus. Students demonstrating mastery move forward, while students needing additional support receive targeted reteaching. This cycle ensures instruction remains flexible, responsive, and centered on individual student needs. While assessment data is valuable, numbers alone cannot fully capture the experience of a struggling reader. Teachers also monitor emotional and behavioral indicators such as persistence, confidence, frustration, and engagement. These anecdotal observations help educators adjust instruction in real time while also protecting the emotional well being of students. When students feel safe, supported, and successful, they are far more likely to take risks and remain engaged in the learning process. Ethical considerations are central to all action research involving children. This project prioritizes informed parental consent, student dignity, and confidentiality throughout the process. Assessments are designed to remain low stress, and instruction is scaffolded carefully within each student's zone of proximal development. Sensitive information is protected through coded identifiers and secure data practices. Ultimately, ethical action research ensures that interventions support students without causing unintended emotional or academic harm. The anticipated outcomes of this project extend beyond improved assessment scores. We expect to see measurable gains in phonemic awareness, decoding accuracy, and reading automaticity. Students should gradually require less teacher support as they internalize sound symbol relationships and develop greater independence. In addition, this research aims to establish a replicable instructional framework that educators can adapt to support foundational literacy instruction across classrooms and intervention settings. At the center of this work is not simply academic performance, but human flourishing. Struggling readers often experience anxiety, frustration, and low confidence. Through scaffolded instruction and achievable success points, students begin to replace fear with confidence and resilience. As students gain tools to manage difficult literacy tasks independently, they develop strong self efficacy and a healthier long term relationship with reading and learning. One of the most powerful aspects of action research is its ability to transform instructional decision making. Rather than relying solely on intuition or assumptions, educators use objective, triangulated data to guide practice. This process strengthens professional efficacy and encourages reflective teaching. It also creates a collaborative culture where educators share responsibility for student outcomes, contribute meaningful insights, and advocate for evidence based instructional change within their schools. In closing, action research empowers me to be more reflective, intentional, and work collaboratively with other professionals. It strengthens my ability to implement evidence based literacy interventions, analyze student data thoughtfully, and refine instruction to meet diverse learners' needs. Most importantly, it reminds me that continuous improvement is part of effective teaching. By engaging in collaborative inquiry, I create stronger learning environments and provide students with greater opportunities for long term academic success.